Hello YouTube and welcome to the dojo. You're here with Samurai Man, and today we have the TFC Toys Hercules Madblender, and he looks really awesome. I really do like him. You can see he does have the blender, the cement blender at top that does rotate, and this little bit here is actually the chest piece of Hercules, and it does just connect on for storage. I can get the peg holes in. There we go. There you go. So there it is. Has the guns at front. Well, that's where I like to put them at least. And yeah, very nice. You can take off his cement blender and unpeg it. It is just on a giant peg. He does look a bit more plain without it. So, you know, why wouldn't you leave it on? A beautiful rendition of our beloved Mixmaster. And you can see he does have still the nice paint apps. He's got some tail lights here. Does have the silver at top, gunmetal, purple complementary aesthetics, and green. Guns can just pop off. The difference between these guns is they are the main handle pieces for Hercules, so they do have these black pegs here instead of just being one piece, and they do just pop off. So if you want, you can have them hold them like these, or peg them on, either way. So let's go ahead and transform this guy. Okay, so to transform this guy, we're going to start by taking off the blender, pull down that black piece, and then what you want to do is just accordion out his legs, because they're just folded on top of each other. See, just fold them out, and then split the legs, and they're good. Then what you want to do is rotate the whole leg, so you can get the purple bits on the kneecaps facing forward with these silver bits. Then what you want to do again is rotate just the green truck component. So now everything's facing forward again. Then what you want to do is just get your fingernail into this little groove here, fold down the headlights to form the feet. Then get under here to the bumper, this purple bumper area, just want to fold that up. Then what you want to do is just rotate the whole waist section. Unpeg these tires at the top here, and we'll bring this around. Fold down this whole section, and then fold it back up. See that? Then take the arms, or no, first take these wheels, and then just bring them around. Get them out of the way. Then bring down the arms, because before they can't come down. Rotate them back down, and then flip out the fist. There we go. And rotate his hands so that way they're facing the right direction. There we go. And have that all lined up. And then see, this is on a hinge. Kind of just bring that down and flip it up if you want. And now do the same thing on both sides. Rotate the whole arm segment. Bring down the arm, flip out the fist, if you can grab it. There we go. His fist is out. Then bring this up on its hinge. Bring this down. See that these little pegs go into the back of the shoulders, kind of. Not the shoulders, but the back of the back. And unfortunately that does, well, at least on my figure, it created some stress marks. Just the way the pegging system is. That's what we're supposed to do. And also, unfortunately, these tires kind of don't go anywhere. They just sit along the back. Nothing you can do about it. You just need to get them out of the way so that way his arms will fit. And what you want to do is get a grip on his head if you can, and just pull it up. Like Structure. You kind of just pull his head up. And that reveals a very nice head. So what you want to do is, before you peg this shoulder bit in, take this blender, push it back in there first, and then bring this down, reconnect it if you can, and then bring this up if you want, and kind of just rest it there, or you got this down, rest it there. That kind of works, or bring it down, however you want it. And there he is, the Madblender, all in his angle. Another beautiful head sculpt. I did have to fold down this bit just because it was blocking the light, so you couldn't see the awesome light piping. So that is, it's like Dr. Crank, where they just have a chunk here blocking out his head. But I did just fold it down, and now you can see his beautiful light piping. So once again, he does have the 2 laser guns, but I thought that he could have them in his hand with this black bit, but he can't actually, just because his hand's a hole and not able to peg onto him. So there's that. But he does come with the mixing cement barrel. Actually, is a ton of guns stored inside. Part of the component, and you see it's still got some more. But once you get one piece off, the rest come fairly easy. So there they are. And just see the little pile on the ground. So, move these out of the way. Split these up again. Split these up again. Split these up again. And split these up again. So now he's got tons of weapons. All these cannons. But they're all individually sculpted. And this one has 2 and this one has 1. Armored up head to toe in just cannons and his rifle and his laser pistol or whatever. And he's even got the chest piece of Hercules at the top there, just because the can looks like a gun. Unfortunately, they did a pretty bad job on making the pegs or the peg holes. I'm assuming it's the peg holes actually on the green, all this green parts, because there are stress marks along every single one of these holes. So I did it just as the instructions had it. I don't know if this is the way the instructions had it. This was actually easier to get them in than when I was doing it the way the instructions had it. I just started pegging them in wherever for this video. But when I first did it, I had it the way the instructions had it, and now there's stress marks all along each peg hole. So that's unfortunate, but it still does look great. Like I said, it's easier to get them in now, but I don't know if it's because I did it my own way and just put them in whatever was easiest or whatever. Here you can see him with the first edition Voyager class bulkhead and the Fans Project Storm Bomb. And while he does look like he might be taller than Bulkhead on camera, he's actually not. He goes to about Bulkhead's chin. I mean, Bulkhead's kind of a short guy, but he does go to his chin. It's just this big chunk here makes him look pretty tall, and his shoulder pads. But yeah, it's a good illusion. Articulation, you can move his shoulder pads on. They are on a double hinge. They do go up and down. You can rotate his arm about that much, just because the kibble does get in the way. You can bring his shoulder up as well. You can rotate his arm at the bicep. You can bend at the elbow. No wrist swivel, unfortunately. You can actually give him some torso pivoting or moving. I don't know what you call it. But you can bend him at the stomach, just because of his ankle movement and his combined mode. And there is some waist 360 movement, as you can see. He can spin his waist around 360. You can bring his leg up. There is a nice ratchet joint in there, as well as bending at the knee twice. See, you can do that with 2 different knee bends, so that's really cool. And you can also bring the leg out. And that's really all there is for the oh, and his head does rotate 360, and it can go a tiny bit up and a tiny bit down just due to the little platform his head is on. That platform does move. But that's really all there is about articulation. To get this guy into his limb mode, we're going to start by taking the blender and flipping it around and bringing it back. Next, what we're going to do is just pull out the front of the truck, fold it down so that way it is now 90 degrees with the rest of the vehicle. Then there's 2 little tabs that you want to just tab into the waist area. And then we're going to take these little purple bumper bits, bring them down. And then lastly, we're going to take the kneecaps of the Madblender, bring them down to make heel spurs, and there he is. Very simple. That's a very simple but nice looking Devastator foot. I really do think it fits him perfectly, and once I put in the purple blender bits, it's going to look fantastic.